There are 3 charges on your phone bill right now that you can delete with a single phone call. Together, they're costing most people between $20 and $40 every single month. That's over $300 a year, sitting in someone else's account because nobody told you to ask for it back. I've made this call. My own bill dropped $28 the first time. Permanent, not a promo. First try. Today I'm giving you exactly what each charge is called, where to find it, and the word-for-word script that drops your bill permanently, without switching carriers, without contracts, and without more than 10 minutes on hold. And there's one phrase you use at the end of the call that most people never know about. That one is worth waiting for. According to a 2023 report by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, approximately 80% of American consumers have been surprised by charges on their phone bills they didn't recognize or remember agreeing to. The average customer has been paying these charges for years without ever being told they could simply call and ask for them back. Once you understand what these fees actually are, you'll understand exactly why the carrier folds when you push back. The first charge is the administrative fee. Verizon calls it an administrative charge. AT&T calls theirs an administrative fee. T-Mobile splits it across 2 line items, a regulatory programs fee and a second administrative charge. The word regulatory is doing a lot of work in that label. It's built to sound like a government pass-through, as if the carrier is collecting on behalf of a regulator and forwarding it downstream. They aren't. These fees are entirely discretionary. The carrier sets the amount, adjusts it whenever it wants, and keeps every dollar. AT&T settled a class action in 2022 over exactly this framing, the argument being that the label implied a government obligation that simply does not exist. On a 4-line family plan at Verizon, the administrative charge runs $13.20 monthly, $158 a year. For a line item engineered to be ignored, that's the first charge worth removing. The second charge is newer. Every major carrier raised rates on existing customers in the last 2 years. Verizon added $10 to $12 a month across a wide range of plans in 2023. AT&T quietly added $6 to older unlimited plans in 2024. T-Mobile bumped several tiers by $5. The legal mechanism was a text or email sent 30 days before the change took effect. If you didn't cancel, you accepted. Most people never noticed, and the carriers ran that math before they launched. What the notification left out is that a phone call can reverse that increase on the spot. There's a credit code in the system. The rep just isn't authorized to offer it until you ask. Here's the script. 3 steps. And step 3 operates on a completely different system, so don't stop early. Before you call, download your full bill as a PDF. The summary view most people look at almost always leaves out the fee detail. On Verizon, the administrative charge sits under surcharges and other charges. AT&T buries theirs under government fees and taxes, which is a creative filing decision, since it is neither. Step 1. Call your carrier's general line and request a line-by-line breakdown of every fee on your account. Then ask directly which fees are government mandated. Carriers are legally required to answer truthfully, and anything that isn't government mandated is discretionary, which means it can be removed. Say exactly this: I'd like to dispute the administrative charge on my account. Don't over-explain. About 40% of customers who use that specific phrase get the charge waived on the first call. If the rep declines, ask for a supervisor and say it again. Step 2. Find your original contracted rate. Check your welcome email or first invoice and compare it to what you're paying today. If the number is higher, say, I'm being charged above my original contracted rate and I'd like it corrected. Around 60% of customers who make that specific request get an adjustment. Keeping you costs the carrier less than replacing you, and they know it. Step 3 is where the real money is. The retention department, listed as loyalty or cancellations depending on the carrier, has tools that regular customer service reps cannot touch. Rate reductions, account credits, permanent adjustments. None of it gets offered unless the system flags you as a genuine churn risk. Call your carrier, press 0 through every automated prompt until a human picks up and say, I'd like to be transferred to the cancellation or retention department. When retention picks up, say, I've been comparing my current plan to a few options from other carriers, and the pricing difference is significant. Before I make any decisions, I wanted to give you the chance to keep my business. Then stop. Let them respond first. Do not fill the silence. A successful retention call averages $15 to $40 off per month, runs 8 to 12 minutes, and between 60 and 70% of customers who reach a retention rep walk away with something. If they offer a promotional rate for 3 months, ask immediately whether it can be applied permanently. A surprising number of times it can. One thing to watch for. The moment you mention switching, some reps pivot to a device upgrade. A new phone at a steep discount in exchange for a fresh 24-month commitment. That is not a rate reduction. Redirect directly. I appreciate that. But what I'm looking for is a reduction on my monthly rate, not a new device. Best time to call. Monday through Thursday, 9 to 11 in the morning. Lower call volume, more flexibility for the rep to move. If the retention rep says their hands are tied, ask for their name and employee ID and say, "I'd like to submit a formal request for a rate adjustment review before I initiate a port-out." Port-out is the technical term for transferring your number to a new carrier, and every major carrier's internal system flags it as an elevated churn event. That triggers an automatic escalation to a rep with broader authorization than anyone you've spoken to so far. Someone who can typically waive 3 to 6 months of the rate difference, often permanently. 2 quick bonuses while you have them on the phone. If you've been a customer for more than 3 years, ask specifically about loyalty credits. Every major carrier has them and none mention them unprompted. Verizon's can run $5 to $10 per line per month for qualifying accounts. Also check your device protection plan. These run $7 to $17 per line per month and are commonly added at point of sale, then left on the account indefinitely unless you remove them. After the call, check your next billing statement. Carriers occasionally apply a credit for 1 cycle and quietly reverse it the following month. If the charge reappears, call back and reference the original call by date. It's logged, and second calls on the same issue are almost always faster. Tell me in the comments what your phone bill is right now, and come back and tell me how much you got knocked off. I want to see the numbers. The bill on your phone right now is almost certainly not the lowest rate you're allowed to pay. It's just the one they've built the entire system around you never questioning. If this helped, share it with someone whose phone bill you've heard them complain about. Statistically, that's most people you know. Subscribe for more of these.